Okay, so we can officially start our hackathon. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for signing up for the Quantum Games Hackathon 2023. My name is Paweł. I'm the founder and CEO of the Quantum Foundation and also the organizer of this hackathon. And now I will just tell you a bit more about the hackathon, about the rules, about the mentorship, and what to expect. And what we also expect from the participants. So as you can see, this talk is recorded. Hopefully, we'll also later publish the video on our Discord. Okay, so as you can see, we are starting today, and the deadline for submissions will be on next Sunday. So I will later also present the exact agenda, the exact schedule to tell more. We also have quite good prizes funded thanks to the support from public institutions in Poland, like Ministry of Culture and National Heritage and Center for Development of Creative Industries. But we also have some strategic partners. I will also tell later about our partners. What are the goals of this hackathon? Creating games related to quantum mechanics and quantum computing. So based on our experience from the previous years, we expect that most of these games will be just educational games, aiming to popularize quantum mechanics and quantum computing, but of course there might be some other goals of these games as well. Driving innovation in quantum computing. I'm not sure if you are already aware of that, but there are already more than 200 startups in the quantum games industry worldwide. And if you have some good ideas for quantum games, you are also later welcome to found a startup. And as you will see in the agenda, there will be also dedicated lecture about founding startups and opportunities here in Poland. Elevating skills in quantum mechanics. So we all learn, and as I said, we expect, and also based on our previous experience, we expect that most of the games will be educational games, so aiming to popularize quantum computing and quantum mechanics. But we believe that participants will also learn a lot during the hackathon, not only in quantum mechanics, but also game design, designing user interfaces, managing teams, managing projects, and also collaborating in teams. Encouraging cross-disciplinary collaboration. Yes, so quantum games are usually interdisciplinary. So you need to have some knowledge in quantum computing. You need to have some skills in programming. It's good to have some skills in designing games, the mechanics of games, and also designing user interfaces. And also project management, or maybe also business side if you want to found a startup. So it's a collaborative effort, utilizing advanced technology for positive social impact. So education is one thing, but as you will see, there are also some special categories in this hackathon, so that potentially the technology that you will develop during the hackathon may also find applications in other domains like logistics or just quantum technologies in general. What are the key features? So we expect participants to work in teams up to 5 people. So you can participate individually. So you may have only one member in your team. But as I said, this is interdisciplinary effort. So usually it's better to have more members in your team. So last year, the winning teams were composed usually of 2 members. 2 years ago, there were teams with 4 or 5 members. But I think that we haven't had any team with only one person that won any prize in the previous editions of the hackathon. So I think that it's good to have at least 2 members in the team. This is an international hackathon and it's fully online, as you can see. So we'll use Zoom for the lectures, for the talks, and we'll use Discord for collaboration. So I will later tell more how you can collaborate and interact on Discord. So the default language is English, but of course, if you have people in your team from just a single country. And of course, you can discuss, or you can use any language you want, basically. So on the website and in the regulations, we mentioned that we expect to invite up to 100 participants, but we also reserve the right to invite more participants. And actually, we decided to invite a bit more because I can tell you that we had almost 180 applications from all over the world. Many of them were really great. So we decided to give chances to a bit more people. But we hope that it will help in just achieving better results and developing better games. All right, let's move further. So about the rules, please check the regulations and code of conduct. So we already agreed to follow the regulations and code of conduct during the registration process. So you can also find the links on the Discord and on our website. Yeah, so these are just some information about the deadlines that have already passed, and I will also tell later about the exact agenda, so we can skip the slide. Submissions. So the solution should be submitted using a Google form. I think I've already pasted a link on the important links channel. If not, then I will do it just after this lecture. So there will be a dedicated Google form where you should put the name of your team, the names of your team members, and also a link to a publicly available GitHub repository. And in this GitHub repository, there should be a code of your project. We prefer MIT license, which is an open source license. So if the jury members have to just evaluate your games, then they need to have rights to do it. We decided that the MIT license will be the best for this. And also we expect you to prepare a video recording up to 5 minutes presenting the solution. And we also expect you to prepare a README file with an instruction on how to install, run the game. So I would like to emphasize it because in the previous editions, usually there were some README files, but it also happened that the jury members were not able to install or run the game. So it is important to prepare such a README file. The prizes. So you can see there are 3 main prizes for 3 winning teams, but there are also some special prizes funded by Sonovero R&D and Starter Onyx. So there will be a dedicated talk about the special categories for which you can get additional prizes. But of course, the games that you submit in the special categories can also compete for the main prizes as well. There will be also some extra awards. So best teams can get additional support and mentoring from some mentors, or so at least 5 mentors have already agreed that they can offer additional support, at least for the winning teams or for the best projects, even after the hackathon. So at least until the end of October, but maybe later as well. And it is possible that some teams will get some additional prizes from our partners, like vouchers or credits to use their technology. So this will be announced during the talks given by our partners. So I know that IBM has some plans for some credits for to use their technology. The same for Cuberate. So most likely we'll also have access to the Cubrate's technology even during the hackathon, and the same for Classic. So these additional options will be announced during the talks, lectures given by our partners. And there might be also some additional prizes. So I can tell you that last year, the winning teams had opportunity to later participate in the NEWAT hackathon for social changes in Arab world. And this was a stationary hackathon in Abu Dhabi, in United Arab Emirates. So at least they were nominated to participate in this hackathon. Judging criteria. So there will be 4 main judging criteria for all projects and all categories. Correctness. So is the quantum mechanics and quantum computing usage correct? So we expect quantum games and not standard classical games, of course. Playability, so is it entertaining, educational, and user-friendly? Originality, so how creative and innovative is the idea? And this is also one of the reasons why we expect you to develop new games, right? So all the games, as you can see in the regulations, all the games should be started during this hackathon. Quality and completeness. So is the game polished and ready to play? Are the rules well introduced? So also, is the README file prepared? Is the instruction on how to play the game or how to install the game complete? Yeah, so these are the main criteria, but there will be also additional criteria provided by our strategic partners in the special categories proposed by Sonovero R&D and Snarto. So in the special category proposed by Sonovero R&D, there will be one additional criterion, compliance with assumptions. So to what extent does the work use the information presented in the presentation? So it will be the presentation given by Wawrzyniec Suleja later today at 12:30. So I believe that Wawrzyniec will also tell about it, but if you are interested in this special category that will be introduced during this talk soon, it is necessary to send a declaration of interest by October 3rd. In the case of the special category proposed by Snarto, the additional criterion is the same, so compliance with assumptions, so to what extent is the game consistent with the presented assumptions. So I will soon present the assumptions for this special category of Snarto Onyx. Judging criteria. So the submissions will be evaluated by several judges and their scores will be just summed up. So the submissions in the special category proposed by Sonovero will be evaluated by Wawrzyniec from Sonovero R&D. And the submission in the category proposed by Snarto Onyx will be evaluated by me. About forming teams. So as I said, teams should have at most five members, and this is important. All of the members should be invited and be on Discord, because I realized that some members probably haven't joined the Discord, so it's necessary to be on Discord at least. And of course, it's necessary to be invited. So all team members should have already signed up and filled in the registration form, of course. There will be a dedicated matchmaking event starting at 1:30 p.m. and depending on when we will finish other introductory talks to help you find team members. And you can also try to find a team in the Find a Team channel. So you can post information about your knowledge, skills, experience, and also maybe the skills that you are looking for to just complete your teams and so on. And once your team is ready, please publish its name as well as Discord IDs of all team members in the Lock-in Teams channel. So there's no deadline for this, but we'll create dedicated private text and voice channels for all teams, right? So the sooner you let us know about information of your team, the sooner we'll create this private text and voice channels. We have several strategic partners of this hackathon, so we thank them for supporting us, of course. So most of them will have some talks or also provide you some additional information during this hackathon. And yeah, this is the agenda. So it's already shared on our Discord. So I will soon start presenting the special category proposed by one of our partners, Onyx, Snarto. Later there will be a presentation of the special category proposed by Sonovero R&D. And later we'll have a matchmaking event. It will be led by Ola Lipinska. And this event is just to help you find good team members. Then Piotr Biskupski from IBM will give a talk about using IBM Quantum and Minecraft for games and education. And then Artur Roszczyk from the game industry will tell you about the game design toolkit. And finally, Ricky Young from Cuberate will tell you about using Cuberate, and it will be also a demonstration of hybrid workloads with NVIDIA CoQuantum on Cuberate. So as far as I know, based on what Ricky has said, all of the participants, all of the teams will have some credits, some vouchers for using Kubernetes technology during this hackathon. Tomorrow we'll start with a talk given by Clem Jankiewicz. So she will tell about Design 101. So it's a talk focused on designing user interfaces and user experience. And then Laurent Unita will tell about Quantum Odyssey, a method to turn quantum computing into a video game. So Quantum Odyssey is one of the most successful quantum games. And finally, tomorrow, Vincent from Classic will tell about creating large and efficient quantum circuits with Classic. So as far as I know, you will also get some access to Classic's technology as well. I've already posted a message on how you can access this technology, so you can sign up. But of course, tomorrow, Vincent will tell you more. On Thursday, there will be a talk about the venture capital market in Poland and financing of startups. So as I said, you are also encouraged to found startups here in Poland if you have some good ideas, especially related to quantum games. Radek from PFR Ventures will tell you what are the opportunities now, how you can get some funding from the private sector, from VC, but probably also from the public sector as well. And the deadline for submissions is on next Sunday at noon, Warsaw time. We hope to announce the results 7 hours later, so also on October 8th, but we reserve the right to announce the results a bit later because, as I said, we invited a bit more than 100 participants. So we are not sure how many games will be submitted. So last year, there were 8 games. 2 years ago, there were also 8 submissions, but we expect that this year might be a bit more. So in some special circumstances, we'll just announce the results a bit later, but we'll try to do it on October 8th, of course. Now a bit more about mentors. So as you can see, there are several mentors with different expertise from different countries as well. So I'm the only person that can answer your questions when you decide to work on the special category proposed by Snarto. I will tell more about this category soon. I can also help you in topics related to quantum computing, with programming in general, with game design, because I also have some experience based on the previous editions of this hackathon, about project management and also business development. Justyna can give you help with quantum computing and programming in general, so not only quantum, but also classical. So she is a very good software engineer. Clem Jankiewicz can give you mentoring in topics related to user experience, designing user interfaces. Arthur is an expert from the games industry, so he can tell you about game design and developing games in general. Adam is another expert from the quantum computing industry, so his area of expertise are quantum algorithms, but he also has a very broad knowledge in quantum mechanics. His background is in mathematics, so can help you a lot with theoretical stuff as well. Paweł Grzegorczyk is an expert from the business side, so he can help you with business development. So if you have some questions about funding a startup, getting funding, Paweł will be the best person to ask, especially regarding getting funding here in Poland. Amrit can help you with game design, quantum programming, startups, but also classic Kubernetes technology, and probably also other stuff. Ricky can help you with Kubernetes technology. So Ricky is also one of our lecturers. So there will be a talk given by him about Kubernetes technology later today. But he's also very good in just quantum programming and designing quantum software. Vincent can guide you and answer questions related to classics technology. So he will give this talk. He will give his talk tomorrow, and later he should be available to answer questions regarding classic. Wawrzyniec, Wawrzyniec can help you and answer your questions related to the special category proposed by Sonovero R&D. So he'll later give a talk today about the special category, and if there are some questions regarding this category specifically, you can also contact him by email. So there is a email address provided in the Google spreadsheet that I've shared already on Discord. Tomasz Robotycki is another expert in quantum computing and programming, but he also has good expertise in game design. So hopefully he'll be also able to help you with this as well. So all the mentors and their expertise, availability, and information how to contact them can be found in a Google spreadsheet. I've already shared the link on Discord, and of course the slides will be later available for you as well. So in the spreadsheet, the provided time availability is only indicative, right? So if you need support, please contact the mentors directly. So in the spreadsheet, you will also see how the mentors would like to be contacted, whether they prefer email contact or contact on Discord. So please follow the information in the spreadsheet. And there's also a dedicated channel, Mentoring Needs, where you can post your question, and one of the mentors will try to help you and maybe also guide you to another person. And as I said, teams will have dedicated text and voice channels. So these channels will be private. So by default, the mentors will not have access then there, but you can invite mentors to their channels if you want, of course. And you can also use public voice channels, mentoring 1, mentoring 2, mentoring 3 as well, if you would like to have this mentoring on public channels. All right, now a bit more about the previous editions. So last year, there were 8 submissions and 3 awarded projects. The information are also available on our website. So if you are looking for some inspirations, it's good to check what were the best games, best projects awarded last year. Or 2 years ago, we also had 2 submissions. We also had 8 submissions, but there were 4 projects awarded. Okay, other useful resources. There is a dedicated useful resources channel on Discord. We've already put there some links that will be helpful for you, hopefully, and we'll probably later also publish more links, more information. And if you are looking for some other useful resources related to quantum computing in general, there's also a subpage on the website of the Quantum AI Foundation where you can find tens of links to different sources, from tutorials, books, video lectures, and so on. So if you have any questions, now it's also regarding the organization. Now it's also time to ask, and you can also reach me out on Discord or by email, or you can even call me if you want. I'm available on WhatsApp. But now it's also time for questions. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask. I don't see questions now, so I think we can maybe move to the presentation of this first special category. So it will be a brief presentation, and maybe there will be more questions. So now I'll briefly present the special category proposed by Snarto Onyx. So Snarto is a logistics company startup from Poland, and one of its main products is an AI-based engine for matching customers with fleet operators and propose best routes, basically best routes for the vehicles. So here we have Snarto and Onyx because currently the company is in the transformation phase. They recently received quite a large funding and were partially acquired by another very large logistic company from Poland. So that's why we have 2 names here. So the current and previous name is Snarto, but the future name will be Onyx. This is the special category. So the goal is to develop a quantum game related to optimizing logistics using quantum computing. So as you may know or not, quantum computing can be applied to solve some routing problems like traveling salesman problem or vehicle routing problem and their variants, but also some other combinatorial optimization problems in logistics. And here are just examples of potential quantum games, just to give you some ideas or inspirations. But of course, originality is one of the criteria in the judgment. So of course, it's good to come up with your own ideas, but these are just some examples. So there are some QBO I hope that at least some of you have heard about Cubo. So this is just a specific model for in which you can represent your problems, usually optimization problems, for the purpose of quantum computing. It's an abbreviation of quadratic unconstrained binary optimization. So there are some Cubo models for routing problems, like the traveling salesman problem, in which the quality of the solutions found using quantum computers depend on the values of some parameters. So the goal of the game could be to play with the parameters, just to look for different parameters, and find the best values by analyzing some partial results that can be found using quantum algorithms like quantum annealing or QAOA, VQE. Another example, machine learning and quantum machine learning approaches also exist to solve these routing problems, and they usually require some training sets with the optimal solutions. But these routing problems are NP-hard, so it's difficult to build such data sets even using both classical or quantum computers. So the goal of the game could be to find the best solutions to the routing problems, right? So the players can try to construct better or the best possible solutions, for example, potentially with the support of quantum computing. So quantum computers can produce some partial solutions that could be maybe later further improved by the users, by the players, and also the players can maybe play with the parameters of the algorithms, finding this optimal or suboptimal heuristic optimal solutions to help in building good data sets for some machine learning or quantum machine learning methods. So these are just examples, just to give you inspirations what these games can be. But of course, you are welcome to propose your ideas, and originality is also one of the criterion in the judgment. So there will be four standard judging criteria: correctness, playability, originality, and quality and completeness. This is the same as for the main for the main prizes, but there will be one extra criterion: compliance with assumptions. Also, you can also get up to 10 points for this, the same as for other criteria. To what extent is the game consistent with the presented assumptions? So for example, to what extent is the game related to optimizing logistics using quantum computing? All right. So yeah, if you have any questions related to this special category, you can also contact me directly. And now we have 1 more minute to the next talk, but I will see if there are some questions here on our chat. And of course, you can freely unmute yourself and ask your question here on Zoom. So there is one question: are there any rules regarding number of players? Can it be a single player? Yes, it can be a single player, no problem. This category will be announced on Discord. I will just present the slides. I will just present the slides. Maybe I can create a dedicated channel on Discord just to ask questions related to this category. So maybe this could be a good option. So thanks for the suggestion, Abdullah. Do we have more questions? So if there are some questions later, you can ask your questions on Discord as well. There's one more question I can see. Yeah, so there's a question: is Sonovero and Onyx the same category? No, so these are two different categories. So now we'll soon start the presentation of the special category proposed by Sonovero R&D. So as you can see, there are additional extra prizes for these two special categories. But of course, maybe you can try to come up with a quantum game that could fit both categories. So you'll hear soon about the special category proposed by Sonovero, and then maybe you can start brainstorming if you can combine these two special categories. And in the submission form, there is such an option to indicate whether the game is submitted in a special category, and there is an option to select both categories. So so the sky is the limit, right? And if you come up with a quantum game that would fit both categories, you can compete for both prizes. It can be multiplayer game as well. Do we have more questions? Okay, I don't see more questions now. So of course, if you have questions later, feel free to post them on Discord. So I will now stop sharing and stop recording, because soon we'll start the second talk that will be about the special category proposed by Sonovero R&D.